Anne was the kind of girl who found joy in the smallest things, always reminding everyone that today is the best day, because it's the day that belongs to you. One bright morning, she ran back from the yard, her cheeks flushed from excitement, and breathlessly said to Marilla, "Next week, the school is going on a picnic, and Mrs. Bell and Mrs. Lynde are going to make us ice cream." "Marilla, can I go?" Marilla, always practical, replied, "Of course you can go. You're a student at the school, aren't you? Since all the other children are going, I've no reason to stop you." But Anne hesitated for a moment. "Diana said we all have to bring a basket of food to share, and I don't know how to cook." "Don't worry about that," Marilla reassured her, "I'll make something for you." Anne's face lit up with gratitude. "Really, Marilla? You're so kind. Thank you so much." She threw her arms around Marilla and kissed her cheek, something that caught Marilla off guard. She had never been kissed by a child like that before, and the unexpected gesture made their bond grow even closer. However, what seemed like a simple event took an unexpected turn. A few days before the picnic, Marilla, as was her custom, wore her beloved amethyst brooch to church. This brooch was her most cherished possession, passed down from her mother and given to her by an uncle who was once an actor. The oval brooch, set with a lock of her mother's hair and surrounded by shimmering amethysts, was more than just jewelry, it was a family heirloom, precious beyond words. Marilla didn't know much about gemstones, but to her, it was the most beautiful thing in the world. And, upon first seeing it, had admired it profusely. "It's so beautiful, like a diamond." "Marilla, may I hold it for a little while?" The light amethyst color, it must represent the soul of a good child, she had mused. 2 days before the picnic, however, the brooch went missing. When Marilla discovered that and had handled it, she was livid. "It's bad enough that you went into my room without permission," she scolded, "but to touch my things and lose the brooch, where did you put it?" And, with wide eyes, replied, "I only looked at it and put it back where it was." Marilla's suspicions grew. She asked again and insisted she didn't know where it was. Frustrated, Marilla sternly said, "If you don't tell the truth, you won't go to the picnic. If you can't be honest, you won't leave this house." Finally, on the morning of the picnic, Anne confessed. "Marilla, I took the brooch outside. It was so beautiful, I couldn't resist. I wanted to see it shine in the sunlight. But when I leaned over the bridge at Sparkling Lake, I dropped it by accident, and it fell to the bottom of the lake." Marilla's heart sank. Her most precious treasure, lost forever, and Anne showed no remorse, recounting the incident with what seemed like indifference. Furious, Marilla snapped, "You're not going to that picnic. That's your punishment." Anne gasped, jumping up in protest. "But you said if I confessed, I could go. Please let me go." "No," Marilla said firmly. "You won't go." Anne's heart broke. She threw herself onto the bed, sobbing uncontrollably, refusing to eat lunch. Her tears and distress only made Marilla angrier, so she ignored her. After lunch, Marilla decided to mend a small tear in her shawl. As she picked it up, she saw something glinting, the brooch. It had been caught in the shawl the whole time. Marilla realized what must have happened and sighed. She went to Anne's room, feeling a wave of guilt. "And," she asked gently, "why did you lie about losing the brooch in the lake?" And, with tear-filled eyes, replied, "I thought if I told you the truth, you wouldn't let me go to the picnic. I wanted to make the story interesting, so I practiced it until I remembered every word." Marilla couldn't help but chuckle. She felt sorry for Anne and said, "And, I give up. It was my mistake, and I'm sorry. If you can forgive me, let's make up. Now get ready for the picnic, it's only 2 o'clock, and everyone hasn't left yet." Anne's face lit up, and she quickly washed her face, thrilled to be forgiven. The picnic incident taught both Anne and Marilla a valuable lesson about trust, and they grew closer as a result. but the drama didn't end there. At school, there was a handsome boy named Gilbert Blythe, admired by many of the girls, including Anne's best friend Diana. Gilbert, noticing Anne's indifference toward him, decided to get her attention by pulling her braid and teasing, "Carrots, carrots."